So, lads, the Angel Reese situation is not getting better. It is not getting better at all. And if you guys don't know, obviously, Angel Reese was suspended for a half a game in what might have been the biggest joke in all of team sports. That Angel Reese got suspended for half a game. And like, it was at the stage where even other players were saying it's like, just suspend her for a game. At this stage, like, if you're going to suspend her for the full game. Don't suspend her for half a game. And clearly, not only was she just suspended for half of the game, but she didn't play. As expected, she didn't play. Like her fans on Twitter were like, "Oh, Angel, just say your back hurts in the warm up. Just say your back hurts in the warm up." And all of a sudden, like, she's been back for however long from the back injury.
The most dramatic story twist since reality TV created Cliffers was just revealed by Angel Reese. She left the Chicago Sky with what appears to be a poor improv performance rather than an injury. Put basketball out of your mind. This is the epitome of soap opera. She can be the team's face one moment and then act like a student skipping gym class the next. Here's the worst part, though. This goes beyond simply missing a game. Not at all. It's a combination of turmoil, drama, and disobedience.
Ocho, Angel Reese got suspended for the first half of a game, saying her teammates suck. This guy made a statement saying, the Chicago Sky values the safety, respect, and well-being of every player. We are committed to accountability so our players can stay focused on playing basketball. Because of the statements detrimental to the team made by Angel Reese during a league-mandated media, she will not play in the first half of the game September 7th against the Las Vegas Aces. This matter has been handled and resolved internally, and we're moving forward as a team.
Like clockwork, the most recent episode of the Angel Reese drama series comes at the same time as another WNBA season. There are players who concentrate on getting buckets, some who concentrate on developing relationships with their teammates, and Angel Reese, who approaches every game as though it were an audition for a reality TV show that no one bought, but that everyone secretly watches.
Angel Reese doesn't touch the floor. Doesn't play in the first half, doesn't play in the second half. Oh, this is interesting. Did Tyler Marsh just say, you know what, Angel, I like the group that we have in right now. We don't need you. We're playing well. I don't know. Does Angel Reese throw a hissy fit in the locker room? Says, no, I'm not playing. Kinda did that. Maybe not that exact, but she went about not playing. Yep. Instead of coming to help her teammates, she would rather stick it to the Chicago Sky organization.
Ignore highlight reels and stat sheets. Rebellion episodes per month are her season highest stat. And she just gave her best performance, going out on the Chicago skyline with a back injury so spectacular it warrants a Hollywood agency of its own. Since this isn't only a random injury, let's begin at the beginning. This saga has been meticulously manufactured. She had already been suspended by the Chicago Sky for the game's first half, which was already quite emotional.
It's getting hotter here, y'all. This is crazy. This is why this thing took a left turn out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. I have not, bro. This is supposed to be a professional league. Angel Reese, you telling me you refuse to go in the game for the Chicago Sky because they suspended you for one half? This is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. Wait till you get a load of this.
In anticipation of the spectacular comeback in the second half, the spectators was giddy. On the edge of their seats, fans imagined Angel would come charging off the bench to save her faltering team, a la the hero in a sports film. She didn't ever touch the ground, save for a story twist. Not a minute. Natata. No one would have noticed the difference if you had replaced her jersey with a spectator's sweatshirt.
So the Chicago Sky situation is not ending, and I don't think it's going to end for a while. Like, this is some Dwight Mayer type stuff, but instead of Dwight Mayer saying it's you or me about the coach, Dwight Mayer said it's you or me about the literal entire team, except for the other player that was in her draft class that clearly doesn't fit playing beside her. It clearly does not fit playing.
This is made funnier by the fact that initially, people actually believed it to be merely a tactical maneuver. Perhaps the gathering on the floor appealed to the coach. He might have wished to discipline her. While everyone else was stuck on checkers, he might have been playing chess. Then, however, the truth was revealed. Angel wasn't put on the bench. Angel wasn't dozing off. Angel was leaving. Under the enchanted guise of an unexplained back injury, giving up the game, the fight, and the grind. Yes, the well-known back injury, the sporting equivalent of the get-out-of-jail-free card. The funny part is about to begin. After a 5-day respite, this purported backache appeared. 5 days. Not 5 weeks, not 5 days, not 5 games. It's like taking a week off from work, arriving to work on Monday, and telling your supervisor that your back suddenly hurts from all the leisure. Very inspiring timing. Naturally, the props department also had to be engaged. Now for the back brace. But not just any back brace. The WNBA's most needless fashion-forward back brace installation ever. Angel wore it with pride over her warm-up sweater, nearly shouting to the cameras, "Look at me," rather than buckling it tightly beneath a lightweight blouse where it might truly be useful. "I'm hurt." Subtlety has died. It's similar to bringing your arm in a sling over your winter coat to class and trying to convince your teacher that you fractured your wrist.
Angel Reese was suspended for the first half of today's game versus the Las Vegas Aces. She told them, "I don't care if y'all suspend me. I ain't playing anyway. My back hurt." Oh, that's crazy. That is crazy. That's crazy work, Angel. That's crazy work, Angel. I cannot believe she just pulled the wool over their eyes like this. They thought that they was punishing her, and the whole time she knew, y'all can't punish me. I'ma say my back hurt. I'm not gonna play anyway. This season is over. This is crazy. We already saw her throw her teammates under the bus. Tyler Marsh was blindsided by.
Used the back brace as her preferred prop when staging her own protest. Let's switch it up for a moment and discuss the Chicago Sky. Right now, this club isn't exactly soaking up the spotlight. Yes, they suspended her, but they also did nothing to support her when she called out the front office in media reports.
She's suspended for a game because she picked up her 8th technical foul. So, and I think that's tonight. That was tonight, right? She was suspended tonight, and now she's suspended the first half against the Aces on the 7th will be Monday, correct?
Dang.
Yeah. Sunday. Yeah. Sunday. My bad. Sunday. Look. Angel expressed her dissatisfaction with the state of the franchise, is what she said. "I like to be here for my career, but if things don't pan out, obviously I might have to move in a different direction and do what's best for me. But while I'm here, I'm going to try to stay open-minded about what I have here and maximize that as much."
They allowed the public's perception of her deteriorate. Didn't cover for her back then, and now we're meant to think that they are because of this whole back ailment thing. Wearing flip-flops to a marathon is about as logical as that reasoning. Why would they suddenly act as her bodyguard now if they didn't support her when things went bad in the past? In actuality, it appears that Angel and the Chicago Sky are having a terrible breakup that is taking far too long. Technically, they are still together due of the contract, although neither she nor they want each other. It's like witnessing a couple quarrel at a dinner party while everyone else acts as though nothing is wrong. The table is aware that divorce papers are already in the car's glove box. They were completely engrossed. So much so that, rather than keeping score, you nearly wanted to give out participation ribbons. While her colleagues were out there feeling embarrassed, Angel Reese was sitting there with her brace on and her ego intact. She simply sat back and observed, most likely thinking, yeah, let them drown without me, rather than intervening to at least try to lessen the damage. Opting out of management is one thing. Leaving your comrades in the middle of a combat while they're being fried is another.
Half game suspension. And I mean this when I say this. Why a half a game? Like Courtney Williams responded to it. Like she did the exact same. She's like, just suspend her for a game. Just suspend her for a game. Don't suspend her for half a game. Half a game makes no sense. She got to be on the warm-up bike for the first half in the locker room. Does she like come out at halftime? Is she suspended by just being sat on the bench? Like, at this stage, suspend her for half game. At this stage, just bench her for the season. Bench her for the rest of the season. Like, there's 2 games left.
Nevertheless, the show went on. She wore her brace like a high-end item as she walked around at halftime. Made sure everyone saw the walking billboard of defiance without warming up or blending in with the team. To be honest, it began to resemble a pro wrestling plotline at this point rather than a sporting injury. A folding chair and some dramatic entrance music were the only things lacking. Her coach's pre-game remarks gave the impression that she would undoubtedly play, which was the cherry on top. They discussed utilizing heating pads, keeping her relaxed, making sure she was ready, and keeping her warm. Everything was set up as though they intended to insert her. Next. Then all of a sudden, a back injury. She's gone. There is nothing to see. Ironically, whiplash may have been the only ailment that made sense that evening because the 180 was so abrupt. At that point, you can tell that everything has entirely gone wrong.
Man, things are getting worse in Chicago, man. Way before it's getting better, I tell you. All right, so the game happened last night. And basically, if y'all remember, Angel Reese was suspended for half of that Aces game last night, right? So she sits out the half of the game, and then coming into the next half, she's ruled out injured with a back injury. Oh, man. Man, it's just tick for tat at this point, man. It is crazy what's going on in Chicago.
When a famous person plays the "I'm hurt" card, their fans usually respond with dissertations longer than the Declaration of Independence explaining why it's true, why it's legitimate, and why everyone else should stop talking. This time, however, there should be either ironic applause or quiet. The looks of even Angel Reese's staunchest supporters resembled those of parents who find their child attempting to use a thermometer to simulate a fever while submerged in hot water. You can't be angry at all. With a simple shake of your head, you murmur, "Nice try." Here's the problem, though. The brace stunt was witnessed by all. Everyone witnessed the well-timed injury. Everyone attended the performance. Fans are also not stupid. They know when they're being sold something that doesn't quite add up. They knew Angel wasn't limping, wincing, or struggling. She was strutting. Strutting with that brace like it was a Gucci belt. At this point, it wasn't a medical device. It's like fighting a losing war while your general shows up in a Halloween costume. But this isn't just about Angel versus her teammates. This is about Angel versus the Chicago Sky organization.
What? So what day?
They suspended her for half the game.
Why they just suspended the whole game at that point? Why you want to suspend somebody half a game? How you even gonna play after getting suspended half a game? You gonna miss the first half and then you ain't gonna have no flow for the game. Am I tripping? You're just not gonna have no flow for the game. If you miss the first half of the game and then all of a sudden you can get subbed in for the second half of the game, why not just suspend her the whole game?
That's just what the organization decided to do.
Because let's be real, this wasn't just an "oops, my back hurts" moment. This was a rebellion, a protest, a middle finger, wrapped in a brace. It screamed, "You suspended me? Cool. Watch me suspend myself." She didn't just refuse to play. She staged a production to make sure everyone knew exactly what was happening. And what makes this deliciously ironic is that the Chicago Sky aren't exactly innocent in all of this. This is the same franchise that suspended her in the first place. The same franchise that let her hang out to dry when she called out the front workplace. The franchise that has been quietly allowing her reputation to fall apart. They would have intervened months ago if they were truly trying to safeguard her. They didn't. They allowed her to drown. We're now expected to assume that they are the ones fabricating the back injury tale to protect her. Please, why would they act as though they have her back now if they didn't have her back when the headlines were nasty? The Sky silently suspends her, allowing the story to unfold naturally. It resembles a dysfunctional marriage in which both partners wait for the other to leave first.